Okay, so StockMo, who is one of the biggest grifters in the history of finance YouTube, finally apologized for something. And I've been meaning to react to this video for a while, just haven't really gotten to it, but here we are. I'm going to go ahead and react to it. So StockMo released this video that says, NIO stock price, I am sorry for this one. And he's basically apologizing because NIO is now a penny stock. And I want you guys to keep something in mind. In 2021, NIO ballooned to like $60 a share or something like absolutely insane. And when that happened, did StockMo exercise any caution or tell people to take profits or anything like that? No, he got greedy and he got crazy. So when NIO was already ridiculously overvalued, like just absolutely insane. And the reason why it was so ridiculously overvalued is because we have this crazy EV bubble in 2021 where Tesla went to the moon. But then you had all these other electric vehicle companies. Some of them weren't even selling cars that were going to the moon. Like CCIV was one of them. I don't know if you guys remember Lucid Motors. CCIV, it used to be CCIV. It was a SPAC. Lucid Motors, which used to be CCIV, like it went up like 300% in like 1 week or something crazy like that. And they hadn't even sold a single car. Like you had other companies like Arcimoto and just all this weird. It was just all these EV companies. Some of them weren't even selling cars that were going to the moon. It was absolutely insane. And so what this dummy did is, because he doesn't know anything about investing or stocks, he really has no business teaching investing on the internet. It's actually quite sad. But what this dummy did was NIO started to run because it was in a bubble. He kept telling you to buy, 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 buy. It's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up. Then when the thing finally went down, he didn't tell people to sell and take losses. He told you guys, keep buying, keep buying. NIO's the future. NIO's the greatest. I promise you guys, from 2021 to 2024, 3 years, as NIO continued to go down. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and let's pull up a NIO stock chart real quick so I can just kind of show you guys, because I really need you guys to understand just how awful of an investor this guy is. Look at the 5-year chart, okay? So this is NIO. This is StockMo. Right here, January 22nd, 2021. The stock was at $61. You see how this chart just slowly goes lower and lower and lower and lower? Well, that entire time, StockMo kept buying and buying and buying and buying. That's what he did. And fast forward till now, NIO is at $4 a share. NIO is literally a penny stock. Okay, let's hear what StockMo has to say. Here we go.
Family, this is one of them videos no one ever wants to do, and that is a stock that we have that absolutely gets crushed. And NIO was one of the ones I originally talked about way back in the day when it was like $1 a share, and it ran up like a champ back in 2020, 2021. And now we crossed a major level, and I mean, it's not a good thing either. This is the kind of company that had everything going for it. It had everything going for it. They had
He's wrong. This company did not have everything going for it. That's just not true. Is it the worst company ever? No, but it definitely didn't have everything going for it. That's number one. Number two, even if a company has everything going for it, that doesn't mean that it's worth the current price that you're paying. That doesn't mean that it fits the valuation that it was at. So even if you think that NIO is going to sell cars and they're doing well and it's a good company, you love the CEO, that doesn't mean it's worth $60 a share. So the problem I have with his apology already is he's trying to justify it by saying, oh, well, back then NIO had everything going for it. And listen, I mean, yes, the EV market is starting to slow down. Like we're seeing signs of that. Yes. But I would also argue that the biggest reason why NIO went down is because of valuation. It was going to come down anyway. NIO was never going to remain a $60 per share stock. NIO was never going to go to $100 per share. And I truly do feel bad for a lot of the new investors who follow StockMo into that investment and lost all their money. And I actually did look at the comments in this video, and there were a lot of comments in the video that said, wow, that sucks. I'm still holding. I started buying NIO at $55 a share, and I've been holding ever since. So you've got these people who have lost literally like half their net worth, you know, buying that stupid stock, and they're just hoping and praying that it somehow goes back up. It's a very sad situation. It actually reminds me of the Palantir people. Now, Palantir is a good company. It's not in the same bracket as NIO, and also Palantir is an American company. It's not Chinese, right? But Palantir, I remember when Palantir went to $7. There are a lot of people who are hoping and praying that it went back to $25 a share because that's when a lot of Palantir investors bought. And when Palantir, that did happen. But I do want to say this. It's extremely rare that that ever happens for a stock. I highly doubt that's going to happen with NIO. Highly doubt it. Let's keep listening.
Investors around the world clamoring to get into it. They had the opportunity to be in an industry that was rolling up in the EV industry. They were doing everything they needed to do until they weren't. And we are now at a point where it's crossed below $5 a share, marking that it is absolutely, arguably, the worst stock I've ever had in my portfolio. And that leads me to come on here and just...
Now, this is actually another lie that he's spewing. He's saying that this is the worst stock he ever had in his portfolio. He's lying. In 2021, StockMo made a penny stock portfolio. I don't remember all the stocks he had. I truly don't remember. But he had some crazy stuff. He had like Workhorse and like Skills and like he BNGO and like all this. He had a lot of crazy stocks that are basically, some of the stocks he had, I believe, are bankrupt now. So it's funny how he comes on here and lies and said that NIO was probably the worst stock he ever picked, but that's not true. This guy has a whole history of picking just awful investments. Like I said, the guy had a penny stock portfolio. He had an entire portfolio back in 2021 where he only held penny stocks. I mean, that's just the most degenerate, stupid, just most ridiculous, crazy thing I've ever seen in my life. And that is the stuff that this guy was doing. Just like I said, go back and look at his 2021 videos. He did delete some of them, but some of them are still up. Go back and look at his 2021 videos. You'll see what I'm saying. This guy was nuts. He picked so many losers. It was unbelievable.
Apologize to everyone who has come onto this channel and seen what I saw. I'm not the only one. You even had Cathie Wood. They were buying NIO. You have major funds around the world buying.
So here's a huge red flag for you guys. Whenever a YouTuber comes on here and references Cathie Wood, you should automatically, whatever credibility you thought they had, it's gone. Get that out your head. They have no credibility. If you're following Cathie Wood, you're just terrible. Listen, folks, I'm going to tell you the truth, and people aren't going to like this. Cathie Wood's not a good investor, okay? I try not to be too hard on her because a lot of people already are on Wall Street. Like, for whatever reason, people on Wall Street don't like her. I don't know why, but I can kind of see it. But they do it in a different way, right? Like, they'll invite her on CNBC and on her shows. Like, they don't hate her, but they literally bring her on their show so they can throw shots at her. That's literally what they do. I don't know why, but I do have to be honest. Besides Tesla, she's not a good investor. And if you actually look back at her history, she's been investing for a very long time. And historically, she's only performed well in bubbles. She performed well during the dot-com, euphoria that ended up turning into the dot-com crash. She performed well doing that. And then she underperformed when the crash happened. She performed during the crazy bubble we had in 2021. And then she underperformed in 2022. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she's still underperforming. Maybe she's overperforming. I don't know. But either way, typically she doesn't do that well because of the way that she invests. She's not balanced. She looks for all these like spooky alien, artificial intelligence, change the world robot stocks. Like it's really weird the way that she invests. Like, she invests in like autonomous driving and space and stuff like that. Like, that's her thing. But she's not a good investor. So whenever you hear people referencing Cathie Wood, that should already be the red flag. I'm not going to spend too much time going over this entire video. I just really wanted to just further reiterate that this guy, StockMo, single-handedly created a bunch of NIO stock bag holders. And it's very sad. I have no doubt that there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of people who probably to this day are still NIO bag holders because of this guy. You turn on YouTube, you saw his video. He was very convincing on how great NIO is going to be, and it's going to make you all this money. And while he was saying that, you were looking at your stock portfolio, and all you saw was NIO going up and up and up. So you got FOMO, fear of missing out, because you kept hearing this guy say good things about NIO. He's got 500,000 subscribers. And on top of that, we're in a bubble in 2021, and NIO stock just keeps going up. So what do? You buy the thing at an insane valuation, 50, 60 bucks a share. The bubble pops, things go back to normal. The market says, yeah, this stupid stock ain't worth no $50, $60. Sell, 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 sell. Sell this year, sell that year, sell this month, sell that month, sell next year, sell every year until this thing is dead because it's a horrible trash company, okay? Now, I say all that to say this. I want to be clear. I know the NIO bulls are going to come for me in the comments. And before you do, make sure you hear this part, because I am here to tell you that NIO would probably not be that bad of an investment right now. if you're one of those people and you're like, hey, I'm willing to take the risk on NIO at this current price at $4 a share, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You need to listen. The problem is this guy had you buying NIO at $50, $60. That's the problem. This guy had you buying it at an insane valuation. I don't know why this guy still gets views. I don't know why this guy still has a huge following. In my personal opinion, StockMo's top 3. He is top 3 worst grifters on YouTube. I mean, it just blows my mind that people pay for this guy's Patreon. I mean, this guy doesn't know anything. All he's ever done is lose money, never shows his stock returns, never shown any proof that he's made money in the stock market. As a matter of fact, if you go over all his stock picks, you can see he's lost so much money. This guy's an idiot, okay? So if you're one of those NIO bag holders, I'm really sorry for you. I don't even know what to tell you what to do. If it were me, I probably would just sell and take the loss and get over it. But then again, I don't know how much money you guys put into this. Some of you guys may have 5 figures, 6 figures in the NIO. I don't know, so I really can't tell you. But man, sorry for all the NIO bag holders that this guy created, and StockMo is the worst. Thanks for watching.